I was in the promotional products business for 20 years with the largest companies in the industry. The promotional products industry is a $18–19 billion industry. It's well established, but it's kind of underserved in technology, and it's really kind of it's never been on the cutting edge of technology. It's usually 8 to 10 years behind. Over the years, I sold literally hundreds of promotional products programs with the largest companies in the industry. I ended up with Staples Promotional Products, who had acquired American Identity, the firm I was with. I had worked as a distributor, or wholesaler, or an importer. I had done it all in the industry, so I know how it works. But we were selling programs, and the industry no longer would do programs for small accounts or small corporate programs. Very frustrating. When I got into the business, I had probably 20 small programs that may do $25,000 to $100,000, and it was a great business. You know, you made 8%, it was great. You set it up and it rolled, and the great thing about having programs set up is because you have a relationship with the customer, you have their logo and their artwork, and so then you know that if you stay in touch with them, do a good job for them during the year, that when they have a special event or they need a bulk purchase, then you're there with them, and they'll call you. They'll tend to call you first if you do a good job, and that's a great way to build the business. But as the years went on, the companies we were dealing with, it became clear that they did not want the small business anymore. It was their process for setting up programs was so labor intensive. It would take 90 days, 120 days, 6 months to do a corporate program, and the requirements for how much volume was there kept going up and up, and so now at the end they got to where they didn't want to look at one unless it did $200,000. Very frustrating for me, because I thought it was smarter to have a whole bunch of small accounts, or as big as they could get, but instead of having all your eggs in one basket with one $5 million account or so forth. Many guys did, and they survived, but many of them all of a sudden found themselves without an income too. So it was very frustrating to me, and as digital technology came in the 90s, and you could see that you could produce products on demand, number one, and you could do them just one. You didn't have to do a long run using the standard analog equipment, which virtually all the companies in the industry had invested in. They had made large capital expenditures and invested in long-run analog equipment. Just think about it from their perspective. If they wanted to sell 1,000 mugs, or you want to sell 10, or one, there is that from that logic. It's what they did was understandable, but from a long-term view, they did not embrace new technology. Now today you have social media, you have Facebook, you have all the Twitter and all the Instagram and all these new social media ways of communities gathering together, and the industry, the ASI, the promotional products industry, basically has no known way of really getting in and marketing and satisfying the communities, the Facebook fan pages. There's probably nearly 50,000 Facebook fan page in the U.S. right now. Any of those are potential customers here. But there's no known way in the promotional industry for them to really go and get their products out as a corporate program set up there. You have big data, you have all this information that that people are putting on social media, and they're not taking advantage of it. So it became clear to me that was the direction the industry should be going. Many companies in the past that did corporate programs, promotional programs, were always asked or required to put some money up front and to also sign for inventory, because I used to do American Airlines program, and you have a large program like that, and you have to have a lot of inventory that's decorated with their logo sitting on the shelf in order to satisfy their requirements. That's a huge risk for somebody, and increasingly companies decline to that risk, and they push that risk back onto the distributors and ASI suppliers. So on-demand production, where you can just produce one when you need it, it was obviously the way to go in my mind. And many other people had the same thoughts. So in a bit of frustration, when I decided to leave that part of the industry and to start this software business, clearly I wanted to make it simple. I wanted to be able to set up a program, a corporate program, or to be able to accommodate a Facebook fan page, any community, a rock band, a church, all this small business. They still need product. And to be able to set up multiple programs, storefronts, as you will, for them, it seems like an obvious way to go. And it's been a long haul, and we've stepped in every hole possible, but we have figured it out. And the response that we've gotten recently has just been overwhelming, not only from ASI, but from Europe, Australia. Many people are seeing that, it makes sense to do things simply. This looks great, and there's no inventory, and it can be produced virtually the same day. Matter of fact, in my own town here of Southlake, Texas, I'm very close to having a production set up. So if you wanted to, if you were in our Southlake Carroll Dragon High School, and I've got a store set up that has all the team logos, all the school names, all the organization logos out there. You could literally go into that store and place an order and pick it up that day if you want to. So we'll get there very soon, and same day production, and that can be emulated all over the country, anywhere actually. Soon we'll be getting to where we're international, and the body of producers that we have, the wide variety of products that they make, we'll be able to tie them together and ship multi-destinational for the producers that want to participate in the iPersonalize network. So if a corporate program, a large company that has people all over the world, for instance Sabre here in Southlake, if they want to send a gift to somebody in Italy, well, again, they have people obviously all over the world. They'll be able to do that on one platform, and so they can order it here and it'll be produced there. So we have global aspirations, and they're really not aspirations. They're coming to fruition. We have major manufacturers that are kind of knocking on our door now that they've seen it, and it's quite fun.